We agreed to stay friends. There wasn't any chemistry, and I thought she understood. But then I started seeing her car parked outside my building, my front door unlocked. I thought it was a coincidence until she broke into my house, and I realized she never wanted to be friends. She wanted control. It started like any regular dating story. I met Claire through a mutual friend. A week later, we grabbed drinks and dinner. She was cute, smart, a little intense but charming. Asked deep questions and kept strong eye contact. Said she was into true crime and psychology. We even joked about how awkward blind dates could be. But I knew something was missing by the third time we went out. The chemistry just wasn't there. She felt more like a friend than anything romantic. So I told her, gently, I think we'd be better off just as friends. She smiled. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Friends is good. I genuinely believed her. That same week, I noticed something weird. I stopped by my regular coffee shop, and the barista handed me a drink. Hey, your friend picked one up for you earlier. I blinked. I didn't send anyone, I said. He shrugged. She said she knew your order. Brown hair, green jacket. Claire had a green jacket. The coffee was in my cup holder when I returned to my car. Later that night, I got a DM from a burner Instagram account. You look tired tonight. Hope you're sleeping okay. I asked who it was. No reply. I told myself it couldn't be Claire. She said we were friends. She seemed normal, didn't she? Things got weirder. My front door was unlocked twice when I came home from work. I started leaving tiny pieces of tape on the top of the doorframe to check if someone had opened it. Twice they were gone. I checked the locks, changed them. One night, I walked past my window and saw headlights across the street. A car, engine running. It was dark out, but I swear, it looked like her. Just sitting there, watching. I called Claire the next day, asked if she was okay. She acted confused. What? You think I'm spying on you now? That's a weird thing to accuse a friend of, don't you think? Her tone chilled me. I stopped responding to messages. I blocked her number and even stayed at a friend's place for a few days just to clear my head. When I came back home, everything seemed normal until around 2 a.m. I woke up to a sound, like glass tapping. I sat up, listening. Silence. Then again. Tink. There was a faint tap on the bedroom window. I live on the first floor. I grabbed my phone, turned on the flashlight, and crept toward the window. No one was there. But on the outside glass, there was a handprint. Small, slender, pressed right where my face had been an hour earlier when I looked outside. I backed away. My heart was hammering. I called the police. They came, looked around, and found nothing. They said maybe it was a prank. I didn't sleep. 2 nights later, it all came crashing down. I got home from work. The door was locked. No signs of entry. But something felt off. The air smelled different, like perfume. I moved through the house slowly, room by room. In the hallway, I saw it. A picture from our second date. One I never printed, sitting on my dresser. And next to it, my toothbrush, broken in half. That's when I heard the creak from inside the bedroom. I turned just in time to see Claire rush at me from the shadows. Something glinted in her hand. A screwdriver. She screamed as she lunged. "You said we were friends!" I dodged. Barely. She clipped my shoulder. We struggled. She was fast, stronger than I expected. I managed to push her back into the wall and run for the kitchen. I locked the door and called 911, barricading myself inside until they came. When they arrested her, she was calm again. Too calm. "He let me in," she told the officers. "We were just playing." Claire was charged with breaking and entering, assault, and stalking. Her apartment had photos of me, notes, screenshots of every conversation we ever had, printed and highlighted. The detective said it wasn't an obsession. It was possession. She believed I belonged to her. The worst part? She's out on bail now. I moved, changed numbers, got a security system. But I still wake up sometimes and check the windows, because when someone decides you're theirs, no doesn't mean anything. If they say, let's just be friends, make sure they actually mean it. Because Claire did not. I'll be honest, I almost didn't share this story, because I still get chills thinking about it. But maybe someone out there needs to hear it, needs to be reminded to trust that voice in your head, the one that says, something's not right. Because sometimes, that voice is the only thing standing between you and something truly terrible. It started with a blind date. A friend of mine, Mark, set it up. Said he knew someone I'd really hit it off with. Her name was Cassie. No last name, no socials, just a first name and a time to meet. She picked the place, a little dive bar on the edge of town. Not exactly romantic, but whatever. I figured, why not? When I walked in, she was already at the bar. Black dress, straight dark hair, red lipstick. She turned and smiled, slowly, like she already knew me. And yeah, I'll admit it, she was beautiful. But something felt off. I couldn't explain it. She didn't blink much, didn't sip her drink, just kept staring into mine. And when she laughed, it was too loud. Like it didn't quite fit the moment, like it wasn't real. Still, I tried to shake it off. We talked, but her questions were strange. Not, what do you do? Not, where are you from? Instead, do you live alone? Do you have a dog? Is anyone expecting you tonight? At first, I thought she was being flirty, but then it hit me. She wasn't being curious. She was checking how easy I'd be to disappear. At some point, she leaned in close and said, "You seem like someone I could get comfortable with." And the way she said it, it wasn't romantic. It sounded like a warning. I forced a laugh. She didn't. Then she smiled again and said, "I live 5 minutes from here. You should come by, just for a little while." That was it. That voice in my head screamed, "Don't go." And for once, I listened. I told her I had to get up early, said thanks, but no thanks. She didn't argue, just smiled again, wider this time, and said, "Maybe next time." But I knew there wouldn't be a next time. I left the bar fast, didn't even look back. Felt like I'd just stepped out of a trap. That night, I couldn't sleep. Kept replaying those questions. Kept wondering about the guy who sat in the corner the whole night, never moving, never looking up. And Cassie? She never touched her phone, never looked away from me, like I was the only thing in her world, like I was already hers. The next morning, I called Mark. "Hey," I said, "that friend of yours, Cassie, where do you know her from?" Mark paused, then said, "Cassie? I don't know anyone named Cassie." I thought he was joking. He wasn't. Swore he never set me up with anyone. Said we hadn't even talked in weeks. I checked our messages. Nothing. I checked my call log. Nothing. I checked the dating app. No account, no message, no profile. Cassie was gone, like she never existed. 2 days later, I saw the news. Unidentified woman wanted in connection with multiple disappearances. All male victims. All last seen on dates. The most recent, at a dive bar near... Yeah, that bar. Police sketch? Looked just like her. Black dress, dark hair, Dead eyes. They didn't know her real name. She used fake ones. She lured men out, took them home. They never left. The guy in the corner, one of her past victims. She took photos of the men she killed, framed them, sat them around the bar as trophies. She liked watching her next date, surrounded by the ones who came before, and I almost became the next. I still don't know how she found me or why she picked me, but I know this, that gut feeling, that chill crawling up your spine, the voice that whispers, "Run, it's real, and it might be the only thing that saves you." Pause, then softly. So if you ever get that feeling, on a date, in a stranger's house, or just sitting at a bar, trust it. Leave. Now don't wait. Don't be polite. Don't give second chances. Just go. Because sometimes walking away from a date might save your life. If you made it this far, you're one of the lucky ones. Like, subscribe, and if you ever get a message from someone named Cassie, delete it. You ever feel something's wrong, but ignore it because you don't want to be that guy? You think, I'm just overthinking. This is fine. I'm being paranoid. Yeah, I used to think that too. But after that night, I trust my gut, because I almost didn't walk out alive. It started on a Thursday. We'd been talking on a dating app for a week. Her name was Elena. Pretty, smart, a little quirky. She messaged first, said she liked my smile, asked if I wanted to come over for drinks. Normally, I wouldn't say yes to that right away. But something about her, I don't know. She seemed cool, so I went. Her house was about 20 minutes outside of town. Secluded, quiet. The kind of place where you'd hear a scream, but no one else would. When I pulled up, the porch light was already on. She opened the door before I could knock. Tight black dress, red lipstick, that same smile from her photos. But something behind it felt off. Still, I stepped inside. She handed me a drink almost immediately. Didn't even ask what I liked. I asked what it was. She said, "Just something sweet. You'll like it." It was sweet and strong. We sat on her old velvet couch, listened to music, talked about nothing, and eventually we started making out. But then I heard a noise, a thump from the back room, like something had fallen. I pulled away and asked, "Did you hear that?" She smiled. "Oh, that? Probably the cat." I looked around. "I didn't know you had a cat." "He hides. You won't see him." Then another sound, this one louder, like a dragging sound, heavy, slow. I stood up. "I think I should go." She tilted her head. "You don't have to go. Stay a little longer." "I've got an early meeting," I said. "Sorry." I walked toward the front door, but when I grabbed the handle, it didn't turn. It was locked from the inside, with a keyhole. No deadbolt, just a key I didn't have. I turned around. She was standing behind me now, and she was holding something, a knife, big, kitchen style, the kind you use to cut through bone. Her voice dropped. "You weren't supposed to leave yet." My mouth went dry. I didn't mean to upset you. Do you know how many men just use me? How many ghosts I have to clean up after? She took a step closer. "I thought you were different." I backed away slowly, tried to stay calm, tried not to look at the knife. "I'm not using you, Elena. I just don't feel well. Maybe the drink was too strong." "It's not the drink." Another sound, a groan, human, from the back room. I looked down the hall. The door at the end was cracked open. Something moved inside. Just for a second, a hand dragging across the floor. "Elena, who's back there?" She smiled again, but it wasn't charming this time. It was empty. Someone else who didn't listen. I bolted, ran straight toward the window by the dining table, tried to open it, painted shut. She screamed behind me, then ran, fast. I grabbed a chair and smashed it through the window. Glass shattered, sliced my arm. Didn't care. Jumped out, fell hard, rolled into the gravel, got up, ran. She chased me out into the yard. I turned just once. She was barefoot, holding the knife, screaming like an animal. Not a woman. Not anymore. Just rage. I didn't stop until I hit the tree line, then kept going. Didn't look back again until I hit the road. Eventually, a car picked me up. Guy thought I'd been mugged. I called the cops. They went to the house, said it was empty. No woman, no signs of struggle, no blood. Even the broken window was gone, replaced, like nothing happened. Except they found the back room, locked from the outside. When they pried it open, they found a mattress, restraints, and bloodstains on the wall. Too much to explain away, too old to match just one person. They never found her. Not really. No record of Elena. The app account was gone. Photos deleted. Even our messages vanished from my phone, like she was never there. But I know what I saw. I know what I heard. And I know. I almost didn't make it out. So if someone invites you over too fast, if the drink's already poured when you walk in, if you hear something in the next room and they say it's nothing, don't wait. Don't reason with them. Leave. Break a window. Run into the woods if you have to. Because the scariest monsters still look like people. If you like this story, subscribe and share it. And next time someone says, stay just a little longer, ask yourself, what happens if you say no?